Do I move you? Are you willing?
Hello, Blues in Ponsonby. Level 1, we did fishtails and stuff. So we did the basic fishtail So the easiest way to do a fishtail is sink down, turn, move up. Sink down, pivot, up, down, pivot, up. And then you want to add some juice and just, create a little smile with your hips. So you want to really make that nice and gushy. It's just like fishtails if you're used to doing Lindy fishtails. You can move it back. Yeah. So we did that and what did we do? We did this little routine where we started off just pulsing. Then we double timed it into a rotation. And we held for a while on one pulse. And actually what we did today was get into closed embrace rather than just our closed position. So we talked about our inward connection and keeping space between your hips.
Room for baby Jesus.
So the best way to think about your swing position is to jump up and land, and that gives you a nice position, nice soft knees, your hips are out a little bit.
But you're leading from your chest.
So then we did fishtails enclosed, which was a closed position rather than a closed embrace. Then we let go of this connection and we were quite open. The leads are leading this completely. This arm is actually quite relaxed. There's tone in it, but not a lot of tone.
Because when we tense it, we can speed it up. When we release it, we get to release it.
That's right, so the more tone you put into this arm, the faster they become, and then they kind of become like
Applejacks.
And
And then we did a rotational throw, a rotational stop. Do we do that?
that was in class.
Sure.
And we just showed you what can come out of those fishtails. We did a quick turn.
Oh, we didn't get to that. We showed
No, but we showed you, so up and back into fishtails. So we'll work on that next week as well. What else did we do?
I think that was it.
Is that what we did?
Oh, no, we did the whoosh.
Ah, that's right, we did the whoosh. So we talked about connecting with your partner, bringing her in like a fishtail, and then moving your energy away, which makes her move her energy away.
Trick for this, guys, is don't have your hand too far around, because you'll create gaps between your wrist and your arm, which creates uncertainty for the flyer. So when you do this move, slip your hand up into that shoulder blade area, and that will give her more trust in you as a point of pivoting from it. Because if you're too far around and there's a gap, she'll feel unsafe and uncertain about your movement and your lead.
Yeah, and we added all of that in together.
Awesome, thanks for coming.
Level 2, we actually just did a few disjointed moves, some fancy moves, just because we can. So we did pivot turns, pivot walks. We started off
From
with
close embrace, we started off just doing the 180, holding, coming back through,
do that from the side.
from the side. We have a step, 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 turn, step, step, hold. Step, 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 turn, step, step, hold. And then we went into the full 360. The 360. Boom, boom, step, 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 step. From off camera. And then we also already talked about going slowly back the other way, which is really difficult. Still something we're practicing.
So we talked about the connection. You both need to have that inward connection. You need to really find each other's chest. And it's really helpful if you're also connected on the thigh. For me, I always look for his outside thigh on my inside left leg and his inside thigh on my outside right leg. So that means when we're walking, I know exactly where his feet are and I can put them down accordingly.
Good tip for the guys with the pivot is to breathe in now and again, and that way that actually helps you come up and around, and it just brings that core up and down and up and in.
It helps you follow as well. You get a nice rise and full momentum as you're turning. And then we did a
rotation, quick stop.
Quick stop. So rather than go straight into a throw out, the lead stopped.
We could do the stop on 4 and the follow reacted on 4 and. 1, 2, 3, 4 and.
Boom, I feel
because there was a slight delay between the two.
And from there, you can then relax the tone here and
do anything.
On out.
Like what happened tonight, one of our students, Mel, just started rotating out, and that was really, really nice. And sometimes it's nice with a lead just to follow the follow.
And when I talk about relaxing the tone, I don't mean just drop it, because that can be quite freaky from up here and then there's nothing. Bring her, ease her into it nicely. That's a much nicer lead. And then we did a little sort of a lock step.
Yes, involved our little steps through. We had the quick cross, guys, which took our follow onto the wrong foot. We then stepped through, step, hold, back, through, hold, up, step.
Wrong way.
Your foot was going to do that. So what we're doing at the end, guys, is you've got to lift it up, and that tells you follow that she's ready to come out. And then you've got to step to the right, guys.
You've got to step her
You've got to
on
get
the
your
foot
foot
she's
on
not
the left.
standing on.
Because you can't see it, you've got to guess, man. And if you come up and she doesn't go back down, you will fall flat on your face.
So ladies, as follows, our job is to listen to when that lock is being asked for a release. And usually it doesn't matter where we locked on him, if we're wrapped around his legs or whatever. When you feel your lead lift you, take a breath or whatever it is, it's because he wants to shake you off basically. Let go and allow him to place you down. Leash, you can only place her down on the leg she's not standing on. Is that all we did?
Yeah, that was class.
That was the class, so we'll build on that and add some more bluesier things next week.
So remember, guys, gorilla, lead from the chest. Be strong, be a man. See you later.
Do I move you? Are you willing?